Hello guys. So if it looks like I'm tearing my hair out today, it's kind of because I am nipping off a few problems on the truck and found some fun stuff. I'm going to preface this real quickly with, folks, if you don't know what you're doing, take advice from television. Phone a friend! A lot of small things on the truck today. So I started with an easy project. I'll swing you around. The original rear view mirror, as you can see, was kind of crappy. So I found a new old stock one for $100 and put that in. That took care of today's easy project. I also decided I was going to tackle why I can't get fuel from the left side fuel tank. Well, I'll show you one reason. This bolt gave me heartburn for better part of 3 hours. I decided I'd try this little electric fuel pump and siphon the tank. I wasn't getting anything. So that kind of led me to looking at the passenger side tank, which works. And there's a switch in here that throws it from one tank to the other. Right there. And they had bypassed the solenoid under the truck, which was working. I don't know why they did this. Little solenoid. It's a single wire, and it's got ports for the vent to the canister, and it's got ports for the left-right tank, and then out to the fuel pump. Someone put a manual valve in the truck behind the seat. So I checked the passenger tank, and it had a feed tube and it had a vent tube, and the vent had a little filter and it was open, so I was getting fuel. I switched that little valve down there, which they have labeled completely wrong, and when I would throw it from the passenger side tank to the left side driver's tank, the truck would just shut off. And no matter what position I put it in, the truck would shut off. It would only run in the passenger side, right side fuel tank. So I'm thinking, well, it's an all new tank on both sides, new sending units, new everything. And I start looking around, and I notice on the driver's side, they have a feed with a vent, and they have a little pickup. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to try to slide you in there. Probably can't see it from here. That's okay. Maybe kind of see it there. So that's a return and a vent. And typically you would cap the return and put a filter or something on the vent and have it open. Nope. They put a piece of fuel tubing on the vent, stuck that bolt in it, put a clamp on there. I wasn't getting any kind of fuel flow, any venting whatsoever. I tried pulling the gas cap. That is not a vented gas cap, so it would build up suction and the fuel pump couldn't pull fuel. I pulled off, hard to see, but we have a couple of tubes on the tank right here. So I pulled those off and it was open to atmosphere, and I had no problem running the truck for a few minutes and it would shut off. Okay, this is how I discovered the manual valve was completely plumb wrong and marked wrong, because I ran it from the left side tank, driver's side tank, direct to the fuel pump, ran fine. Put the hose back on, put the cap on, it would quit. Pull the bolt out of the vent, which, by the way, you can't get to that without dropping the tank usually. I mean, I had 2 swivels, 2 extensions, a screwdriver type handle with a ratchet assembly, this guy right here, and I had to literally use this super long extension of parts to get to the head of the bolt that was screwed into the tubing, and just try and keep backing it out like an inch at a time, not even an inch, really no throw in there. But I got it figured out. I've got the new tank solenoid, identical. I got the factory one. I got the new one installed. I just got to switch the lines off of that manual valve back onto that. And this truck's fuel system will be back to 100%. I did a good cleaning on everything. And I decided one more thing to do today was a tune-up. And I got to tell you, this truck runs. It runs great. If I can find my keys. It's been a long day today. So yeah, I'm very pleased with today's outcome. I used my little electric fuel pump there, standalone pump, to siphon all the bad gas out of the tank and put all new in both the tanks. Oh, let me get up in there. There we go. Yeah, this truck just runs so sweetly. Listen to that. No bad noises in the engine. Full tune-up on it. It just idles beautiful, plenty of power. And now that it's getting good gas, it sounds great. So, however, those are just some Dynamax mufflers, which are nice. But I got a set of really sweet Flowmaster 40s. I think will louden this thing right up. So I'm going to switch those out. That's the next project, just to see what they sound like. And we'll come back to more adventures in trucking. All right, later, kids.